Welcome to Wakaya Perfection and this edition of Karubi Live. Mike Randolph here, coming to you directly from the far northeastern shores of Wakaya Island, right here in southern New Hampshire. Before we get started today, I just want to remind everyone that please be aware that Wakaya Perfection's products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And with that, it is time to go live over to the man who needs no introduction. He pulled off to the side of the road to help us out today. His passion revolves around the products. So let's jump over to the man behind the product plan, none other than our co-founder, Mr. Todd Smith. Todd, thanks for pulling over because we don't want you talking and driving. So we appreciate that. But you've got some special guests to introduce and some product specials to talk about. So I'm going to turn this over to you. Whenever you need the slides that we have prepared, I can pop them up on the screen for you.
Thank you. Can you hear me all right?
You sound crystal clear in 5x5.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate it. We have an announcement that we want to make today. Now, I've got this light that's in my face. But this announcement that we want to make was originally intended to be saved for the Karubicon. But unfortunately, fortunately the product is in, but unfortunately, those who had been testing the product and giving us feedback with the prototype have now demanded that they can't go without it. And so we found ourselves having to do special orders and special supply deals for people who were so good to do the testing and trial of the prototype for us that we finally just decided, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and make it available. We're going to share some information about this product now. We'll get it in the hands of all of you. Product will be called Relax, or is called Relax. And I know that this product and this formula have been tested and are strongly and highly recommended by our chairman of our health advisory board, Mr. Blake Graham. And he's in Japan right now. I know he's actually having holiday with his family, but he was going to try and join us by conference line. Blake, are you there?
Can you still hear me fine?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, great. Well, folks, we've been talking about the Sound the Alarm Tour and the alarming increases in diseases. And so to give this presentation, we're going to do a few slides, but I'm going to start with a disclaimer. And when we talk about the products here, understand that our products are not intended to diagnose or treat any specific diseases. Now, what we do intend to do is try to help you be healthy on all levels. And so we're going to work on some foundational principles. And when we talk about these principles, let's go to the next slide. You all know that these principles are so important because right now diseases in America and actually around the world are skyrocketing. We've all heard about the increase in deaths from heart disease, inflammatory bowel disease, food allergies in children, epilepsy, diabetes, deaths from Alzheimer's, autism. We're seeing a big increase also in Down syndrome and kidney disease. I mean, the list keeps going on and on and on. Next slide. But today, when we talk about this rising tide of disease, the toxins, inflammation, digestion, essential nutrients, we have a new tool that is going to help us with this one. And this is a tool that's kind of covers two different areas, both inflammation and essential nutrients. Next slide. And Todd has already mentioned the name of the product, Relax. But relax, rest, and rejuvenate. These are important principles. Our bodies are constantly bombarded with stressors, physical stress, mental stress, everyday frustrations. And this stress can be from an old recovering injury, our inability to move like we used to, or a new problem that we're currently facing. We need to support our body and the physical structure, if you would, the multiskeletal system's ability to manage the stress and discomfort of everyday life using only natural ingredients that support the body without negative side effects that come from harmful or toxic ingredients. Next slide. And so here's some signs that this may be a product for you. Do you ever get headaches? Do you ever have any constipation? How about an eyelid twitch? How about knee or joint or back stiffness? Tight or stiff neck or shoulder muscles if you always feel like you need a massage? Next slide. Ever have trouble falling asleep when you're like physically tired and you can't get to sleep, or you feel tense and it's hard to relax? You ever get leg cramps or muscle cramps or spasms? If you ever feel cold, you know, where maybe you have poor circulation to your extremities, right? You get cold a lot. It's summer here, so very few people complain about being too cold unless you've got the air conditioner on. But in the winter, it's a big deal. Or even blood pressure issues, when your blood pressure is not as healthy as you need it to be. Next slide. Well, those are some signs that this may be a product for you. And the product name is Relax. And it's a proprietary blend of different forms of magnesium and high impact relating cofactors. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Support the body's ability to relax and rest after a hectic day or when needed. Now, when we're going to talk about this, one of the key nutrients that our body needs, it's a master nutrient, is one called magnesium. It's a master mineral. And our body, magnesium is second only to calcium in our body. And here's some of the things that magnesium is known for. It helps for optimal circulation and blood pressure. It helps for cellular energy production. It helps to calm the nervous system. It's part of pain relief, especially when it involves muscles and helping your muscles relax, bone density and calcium balance, joint and ligament flexibility, deep sleep patterns, and more. And during the last 40 years, thousands and thousands of studies have researched and documented in medical journals that magnesium is a crucial nutrient supporting more than 300 functions in the body. In fact, one of the things that I've come across more and more and more, we often talk about a ratio of magnesium to calcium, but it seems like based on our modern diet that actually people are running more deficient in magnesium than even they are in calcium, much more deficient in magnesium. Let's go on the next slide. And this is especially true if you're in a ketogenic lifestyle. See, in a ketogenic lifestyle, most of you know your body breaks down fat to turn it into ketones. What you probably didn't know was when your body is processing fat, you need more magnesium. It uses a lot of magnesium. And if people aren't getting enough magnesium, that's why often you can see that they get the leg cramps or the constipation. So you can see when you change your diet and you start eating different, you might need some different nutritional support. And this is a phenomenal product that's actually designed for that. We've been working on this prototype for some time now. And those people that have helped us with the testing on this, they'll understand how excited we are because, once you get on it, you're like, man, I never want to go without this. Next slide. So what is it that makes this product different? Well, we have magnesium, but it's not just regular magnesium. If you go on the market, there's lots of different forms of magnesium. We've taken the highest of bioavailable forms of magnesium, but that's still not enough. I mean, ask yourself this. When in Mother Nature do you ever see a natural food source that only has magnesium? And it doesn't exist. It's always in combination with something else. That's why so many people talk about the benefit of whole foods, like the ginger and turmeric, for example. Everybody knows that the turmeric is more than just curcumin. If you just took curcumin or you took the whole turmeric, you're going to get better results with the whole turmeric, especially when you get one that has all the forms of curcumin. Well, it's the same thing. In Mother Nature, our body uses nutrients together. And it's important when you take it, if you're looking for results, that you put those combinations together to give you the best results. And this is where we've taken not just the magnesium, but added to it an incredible combination of valerian root, of passion flower, of white willow bark, and many more. And these things are so incredible. I mean, we're going to call it a magnesium product, but fully, even more than half of this are the other nutrients that make the magnesium work. And when we talk about high impact, people say, oh, yeah, I've heard of magnesium. Oh, absolutely. Most people have heard of magnesium. Some people say, I'm taking magnesium. And then you ask the question, well, is it the regular kind or the high impact kind? Because a lot of people take magnesium and it never gets to their sore muscles. It might help them with bowel movements. It might be great for relieving constipation, but it doesn't get to the muscles around their arteries that can help with blood pressure. It doesn't get to the muscles in their shoulder. It doesn't get to helping them relax at night. It doesn't get to all of the places it could go because it's not high impact. Well, folks, this is a formula. And in all the years, in the 27 years that I've been in this industry, and even before that when I was in pre-med, and all that time, I have never seen a magnesium formulation that works like this one. I've never seen one that gets as great results. In fact, this one is so good that so many times people that have tried that prototype will see results in even a single dose. But it is fantastic this combination to help support muscle relaxation. Now, this can be in your shoulders, your legs, and more. And what's the beautiful thing is sometimes these muscles that are cramped, you don't even notice it. You know, if you have stiff shoulders and leg cramps, well, there's a good chance that the muscles around your arteries get a little cramped as well. And it also helps with smoother bowel movements. You don't want the kind where you're having to race to the restroom where, you know, we talked about this when we talk about a detox, where you have to stay on the throne all weekend because you're doing a detox. No, we want something that works with you and your schedule. So this is going to help you not having that explosive, the explosive bowel movements, but smoother ones. And it's going to help with help support more relaxed sleep and help support healthy blood pressure. These are the things that high impact magnesium, that this formula, it can do for you. Next slide. So how much should you take? Well, this is one where, again, in one single dose, I have so many people that see results. In fact, I've tried it at a retreat here in Japan where we handed out the sample. I'd say I'm probably going to say if they had circulation problems where they were cold, that I think nearly 100% after even one night felt that they were warmer. And this is important because these people, oftentimes in Japan, they'll stay up till 2 a.m. in the meeting after the meeting after the meeting after the meeting. And then we're back up at 7 and doing it all again. So they haven't slept enough, and yet they feel warmer. They feel better. And fully probably 80 to 90% of them, if they'll take 3 of them at night before they go to bed, are seeing a difference in when they wake up in the morning and how their bowel movements are and how good they feel. And when you get to stiff neck muscles, to stiff backs, to stiff shoulders, stiff leg cramps, you know, all of those things, when you get the magnesium in there where it actually gets to where it goes. And again, you've got that combination with the passion flower and valerian root. When it gets in there and it can help your body relax, your body's ability to relax may even surprise you. Some of these pains that you've been dealing with, the stiffness that you've been dealing with for a very long time, can become a thing of yesterday. Next slide. This is something that is so important. Now remember, with all these phenomenal results, it's one that I love to even sample with because people can see a difference with it. And I have been one that's always been a proponent of this prototype, and we've been testing it and testing it and testing because we want to make sure it gets the best results. But as great as these results are, even if you can get results off a single dose at night, we don't want people to just use high impact magnesium. We want them to get the whole core because there's other nutrients in there that actually are great, that work great with magnesium. So this is an add-on to the GT core. And the core of what we do is going to be that GT core, so we can address not just 2 of the 4 areas on the rising tide of diseases, but we can address all 4. The toxins, the inflammation, the digestion, and the essential nutrients. And that's why it's so important. And next slide. Remember, it's all about the people. We want to help people make a difference. And I know we've got Carol Leon with us, and she's been one of those that's helped us with this prototype and has a lot of people that have experienced some fantastic results when they've tried this prototype. And if you're available to be on, I'd love to hear some of your experience in helping to relate to people the benefits that can come from this amazing formula.
Absolutely, Blake, and I couldn't agree more. This product has absolutely changed my life. I had severe migraine headaches for absolutely years, and it actually caused me to miss lots of school. It ruined my life, actually, and just so much pain, so many stiff muscles, so much problems with my neck. I remember that there was years where I saw a chiropractor or some version of a massage therapist like 2 to 3 times a week, and I could never get rid of that stiffness. And I didn't, and this went on for absolutely years until you introduced me to some of these concepts, and I had the opportunity to try some of these prototypes. And as you had mentioned, I was dealing with all these different signs of magnesium deficiency, not just the pain, but also the constipation. So I was trying all these different products and having to take a bunch of different products, and they worked sort of, but they were nothing like when we were able to put it together in one product that's easy to take and that makes it all work together, where you have all those forms of magnesium together. And my only question has been, you know, where was this information when I needed it, right? But you can't go back, and the good news is we have this available now. So I could not be more excited to see this launched and to see it go out and make a difference for people. And the people that have had the opportunity to try this prototype, I absolutely love their stories. I know I gave one to one of my brothers, and he literally took 3, and he said, how do I order more? Because he felt so much more relaxed, and just kind of that residual tension was gone. And then I have another brother who has extreme trouble with headaches as well. He would actually end up being in bed for like 36 hours and throwing up and just being totally, totally out of it. And so he would take this product, but he would kind of take it sporadically. And finally, after a lot of education and maybe a little scolding, because he's family, right, I finally got him to start carrying it with him. And now he takes it every day, and he uses it whenever he feels the oncoming symptoms, where he feels like he's tensing and getting that pain. And that story just repeats over and over and over again. It really seems like every time I sample this product that people are like, how do I order more? In fact, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I need to place a huge order. How much do I need to order? And I'm actually working on samples to share with people so that they can start to experience that result and not have to live that life of pain.
Hey, thank you so much. And you brought up an interesting point. When we look at this product, now some people might only need 2 before bed. Many people are using 3. But if you need extra support, if you have stiffer muscles than you think most people do, or let's say most of the time you use 3, but for some reason you've been exerting yourself, there's more stress in your life, you need to relax more, that's a great time to use a little bit more of this. And I do have people that are using the prototype up to 6 a day and just absolutely loving the results that they feel. It's a high impact product. It's one that can make a difference right away. If you've been doing keto and you've experienced any of that greater need for magnesium, I know we've had the bone and muscle formula, which has great magnesium in it, but this one, if you're looking for that magnesium support, is even a step up. Bone and muscle is great because of great calcium, but this is another one that often you can add on for that extra magnesium support, and it just makes a world of difference in all the people that we've tried this prototype with. I'm so excited for this product to be available. And with that, Todd or Mike, we're back to you.
Thank you very much, Blake and Carol Lee. That was fantastic information. We're very excited about this product, and as I mentioned, we were saving it for Karubicon, but people wouldn't wait. So, Mike, if you have any of the images of the 2 packs, we have this is the special offer that is being made available right now. You'll see there's a few different packs. It's a buy 3 get 1. Buy 3, get 1, buy 3, get 1, and then we have the 3-pack of the Relax. So you have the Relax in combination with the bone and muscle, the joint, and the multi is one way to get the Relax product. You could buy a 3-pack of the Relax product. Also, the other specials you'll see on there is you get a ginger and the multi, and you get a free turmeric. And then also down below, I'm trying to use my eyes here, the bone and muscle, the joint, and 2 joint, and you get a free lax. So these special offers are available just for a few days, and again, while supplies last. So we expect that this first batch of Relax will go quickly. Take advantage of these because we haven't offered this kind of a thing before. And we are looking forward to hearing some wonderful, wonderful testimonials at the Karubicon. And to add to that, this information that Blake shared today, that information and more will be shared at the Karubicon. Those of you who are looking at the schedule of events know that Blake is doing a special health lecture, I believe, Saturday morning at the Karubicon, and this is open for guests. So everybody in the Baltimore area or everyone who knows someone in the Baltimore area, you want to get your people and your guests to Saturday morning health lecture with our Health Advisory Board Chairman, Blake Graham, where he's going to tell us even more about these amazing nutritional products at that event. So big announcement, exciting thing. And with that, Mr. Randolph, we pass it back to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Todd. Great product. I learned more about magnesium just in the last 15 minutes than I knew, and I thought I knew quite a bit about it. Thanks, Carolee, and thanks, Blake, for jumping on with us and sharing that amazing information. And thanks for letting this product out of the bag a little bit early. Awesome stuff. Well, that's it. Let's sign off. Take care, everybody.